Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Mr. Lively coming at you with another video. And today we're going to be going over today I'm going to be asking, just kidding, man, I can't get these intros right. Today I'm going to be answering questions that you can ask anyone. So I did some research. I looked up some different questions or topics, mainly just like questions you can ask someone that you just met, questions you could ask strangers, or to break the ice on someone that you just met. And I figured, why not? This is fun. This is a chance for me to tell you guys a little bit more about myself, and also maybe give you guys some insight to questions that you can ask someone that you just met, or strangers, or what have you, or even just your friends and family. Maybe you don't even know the answer to these questions. For a lot of people, most, if not all, of these questions are very, very simple. Like, you can ask anyone, and some of them might dive a little bit deeper, but you know, that's how you get to know people, right? You ask them questions that are a little bit more difficult, a little more than just the surface, and you answer them, and that's how you grow. That's how you form a bond, a connection. So today we'll be reading this list, and I'll be answering the questions, or these questions that you can ask anyone. So I'll show you the first one right here. Olive, what's going on, dude? Dude, nice email, bro. Hold on, can I do it still? The emote looks way cooler than me, but it's all good. All right, chat. Well, without further ado, let me just start answering some of these questions, because why not? First question here is, what do you spend too much time doing? This one's fun. I actually like this question. If you were to ask someone new that you haven't met before, I feel like this is like a great way to gauge what their interests are, what they kind of do. But I think I'm going to take it a funny route. Something that I spend way too much time doing is contemplating like where to eat food from. Like, I love eating food, and I love going out to eat, and I love ordering, I love fast food and stuff. But me trying to pick somewhere to eat, oh my God, I spend way too much time doing that. I'll prematurely determine where I'm gonna eat like a week beforehand to make sure that I don't have any questions on the day of. So I'll decide beforehand, like on Monday or Sunday the week before, be like, all right, next week I'm gonna eat and get food from this place. Oh, okay, I like this. Text color. What is a new habit you want to form or quit? I'll answer both. First, a habit that I want to quit 100% is biting my nails. Like, I don't know what it is, but ever since I was a kid, I always bit my nails. My parents told me that my dad did it, my grandpa did it, my brother did it, but now my brother doesn't do it anymore. Neither does my dad. So I'm literally the only one. I'm 25 years old, and I'm literally the only one that still bites their nails. And it's so frustrating, right? Like, biting your nails is not fun. It's not cool. It's just like, I don't know, it's a bad habit that I have, so I'm trying to quit that. If you guys have any tips on how to stop biting your nails, let me know. And one new habit that I want to form, I want to like learn something new every single day, like intentionally learn something new every day. So rather than just like, oh, out of nowhere this YouTube video just came up and it just happened to be educational, so I watched it. No, I want to like dedicate at least 5 to 10 minutes every single day to dedicate to intentionally trying to learn something new, whether it be specifically looking it up on Google, or just like trying to find an answer to a random question that I don't know the answer to, or what have you. Just being intentional about learning something. That's definitely a new habit that I want to try and form. Where would you like to travel now? Honestly, I just want to travel home. I literally just want to go home and visit my mom and dad and see my brother and my mom and my dad. Like, that's where I want to travel. Like, I took a new job from Florida, moved up to Maryland because I live closer to home. If I'm in Maryland, it's only like a 3 to 4 hour drive instead of like an entire day's flight with travel and flights and driving and all that. And because of quarantine, I haven't been able to visit my family. So that's one place I want to travel to right now. Definitely home. What is the craziest thing you have ever done in your life? I don't know about crazy, but like, I went skydiving. That wasn't like, I guess that's pretty crazy. That's like an extreme sport or what have you. I guess that counts, right? Yeah, skydiving. What is the most spontaneous thing you have ever done? Most spontaneous thing, it probably would have to do with My spring break of senior year of college. Yeah. Spring break senior year of college. It was with my one of my best friends, Scott Lehau. Me and him, we didn't have any plans for spring break. A lot of our friends were going to like Vegas or doing like a drinking trip or what have you. But me and him, we did those before. We did those junior year. I went to Punta Cana. The fall before that, I went to. We went to like the shore with our friends in like a big house. So we wanted to do something different. And so I'm pretty sure we were like, it was like 3 or 4 a.m. in the morning, and we decided to go woofing, which is awesome. I've done it 2 or 3 times now, but it's WWOOF. It stands for Worldwide Opportunities on Organic Farms. And basically, there's farms all across the globe. You reach out to them through email on their website, and basically you say, hey, I'm free from this time to this time. Do you need any help? And then they respond back to you, you communicate, and lo and behold, a lot of times they say, yeah, we would love to have you. Not necessarily for the labor, but half the time it's just to like meet new people. So basically all you have to really cover is you have to cover your travel expenses and getting to the farm. Other than that, everything is accounted for by your labor. So I think when we went, they required you a half day's work to consider yourself like able to live with them for a day. So for every 4 hours we worked, we were allowed to stay with the farm or the family or the community or what have you for an entire day. So we told them like, all right, we're here for a week. And so we went for a week, and we just spontaneously bought our tickets in the same day, all the way from Philadelphia going to California. So we went and did that. That was like a super spontaneous thing that I did. That was super fun. Ooh, I like this question. What words of wisdom would you pass on to your childhood self? Oh, dude, there's so much I would pass on to myself. There's so much I would pass on to myself knowing what I went through, specifically like wisdom for myself. But then I also have so many like general words of wisdom. So I'll pick something that kind of covers both categories, I guess. The one thing that I really would want to try to instill in my childhood self, even though like knowing that it probably would never get to me, like I probably would never understand it or follow it, but I just didn't really have anyone to tell me this growing up. But it's stop caring what other people think about you, which is so hard to do, right? Especially when you're younger. Like you can't just tell yourself like as like a first grader, oh, I'm not going to care what my friends think of me in first grade or what my teacher think. Like there's no way. But I think if someone actually just told me that growing up, I feel like I would have been way more able to cope with a lot of the things that I went through. So I'm still struggling with that now. I mean, so many of us are. But just like one common general piece of advice that I would give to my childhood self is just stop worrying about what other people think about you so much. Stop putting so much emphasis on it, and just like live your life. Do what you like to do, especially when you're younger. You're young. There's very few things you have to worry about at that young of an age. But because of that, the little things that you do have to worry about, they become monstrous in your heads. Like who's going to sit at your lunch table today, or where you're going to sit at the lunch table. Something so small that literally doesn't matter at all just becomes the biggest problem. So just like stop worrying about what other people think, you know? Another word of wisdom is just keep trying new things. I'm like fortunate enough to be able to have that mindset right now. But if I was younger and I had the same mindset, dude, I would have tried everything by now. Selling lemonade stands, art, woodworking, rock climbing. Like I feel like I would have just tried so many different things if I just like told myself, why hold yourself back? Just do it. Just go out and do stuff. Especially when you're younger. You have so much more freedom, so much more time. Why not, you know? What is your all-time favorite book? This grammar on these questions is not great. I apologize for that. I didn't write those. I just copy and pasted from websites. So yeah, sorry about that. My first favorite book series of all time, I think it was when I was in middle school, was the Percy Jackson Olympian series. I don't know if you guys know this, but it's literally one of the biggest reasons why I love Greek mythology so much. I find Greek mythology so fascinating. Don't watch the movie. The movie is actually garbage. This movie was actually the worst movie I've ever seen. One of the worst movies I've ever seen. Right here. This stack of 5 books was epic. The Lightning Thief, The Sea of Monsters, The Titan's Curse, The Battle of the Labyrinth, and then The Last Olympian. Hold on, you guys can't see it. The Last Olympian. This was one of my favorite book series ever. And then also this book series, Ranger's Apprentice books. So these books I got into, I think, at the near end of high school. The Alchemist. Oh, The Alchemist is a really good book. That's one of those books where like you read over and over and over again, and each time it just gets better and better. I respect that book. That's a good book. All right, yeah, so this is The Ranger's Apprentice. This one was a great series, and I don't think I read that last one. I don't think I read the 10th book. I only read up to 9. These two were my favorite book series of all time, and I would still read them today. Like if I had these books on me, I would read them all day, every day. They're so fun. All right, next question. What set you back in life? This one is honestly a pretty easy question for me, because I've had 2 things that are the same thing, but it happened twice. That's what set me back. It was none other than tearing my ACL, MCL, and meniscus. I tore my ACL, MCL, and meniscus at once junior year playing lacrosse in high school, and then I retore my ACL after a surgery. After I got the ACL reconstruction surgery, I retore it again my sophomore year of college, and I got the surgery a second time. Both of them were in my left leg. That set me back a lot. Like that recovery, the recovery time for an ACL reconstruction is anywhere between 6 and 9 months, generally on the longer end. At least when I got the reconstruction, that was like what, 7 years ago now? Yeah, 7 years ago was the first one, and 5 years ago was the last one. And it sucked. I couldn't play sports. I couldn't go outside. I couldn't go to hang out with my friends. Like, so much of my life was just kind of put on hold, and it just made everything so much more stressful. And because I tore it twice, 6 to 9 months times 2, that's 12 to 18 months. That's literally a minimum of 2 years. Or, I'm an idiot. A minimum of a single year, an entire year to a year and a half's worth of time that just like is spent recovery in your bed, trying to recover, trying not to feel the pain. And it's something that I'll always deal with. Like I still have those pains in my knee today. So that's definitely something that set me back in life. What single message do you want to give before you leave your life? I think this is easy. Anytime I have a question like this, I just like to say my catchphrase, my motto, something that I really believe in and something I really appreciate and really stick close to my heart. Ever since, I think the first time I said it out loud was junior year of high school. I texted it all the time, and then one day when my friend left, I said it, and she was like, wow, I really like that, thank you. And from that moment on, it just kind of stuck with me, which is stay safe, stay you. You guys know that. Do you believe in heroic deeds? What would it be? I don't know if it's a heroic deed. I mean, I guess some things are heroic, like, a stranger running into a burning building to save a family, stuff like that. Yeah, that's heroic, but I think people just blow this out of proportion. I think a heroic deed is something as simple as saying hello to someone. It's something as simple as saying, like, asking someone how their day is and just sitting down and truly listening to them. I think that in itself is a heroic deed. I think people put too much pressure on themselves and others to do heroic or crazy, outrageously amazing things. But honestly, a heroic deed to me is just showing kindness and showing love to someone else. I think that's like the simplest thing that conveys the same message, which is I care about you. I may not know you. I don't know what you've gone through, but like I'm here for you. I'm genuinely here in this moment with you. And I think just listening to someone is one of the best heroic things that you can do, because a lot of times people just don't listen. They want to hear what everyone else has to say, hear what they want to say, and they just want to listen to their own train of thought. So truly listening to someone and just allowing someone to understand that you're there for them, I think that is such a heroic deed. Okay, next question. Sorry, we got a little deep there, chat. We got a little deep there. What is the one thing you want to change about the world? That's a tough question. That's such a tough question. I think if there's one thing I would like to change about the world, it kind of goes back to what I said about like not caring what other people think and judgment. I wish that we didn't put so much emphasis on others' approvals. And I say that because that's something that's ingrained into us from the very, very beginning. And like, I understand, it makes sense. Like, if you want to be successful, people have to appreciate you, they have to enjoy who you are and all that. But I just think that we've gotten to the point where we care about it too much, where it's holding so many of us back. A lot of us are held back by fear. Always been held back by fear of just doing stuff because I cared what other people think. I was afraid to stream video games because I was scared of what my parents would think, because they, came to America from Korea to make sure I have a good career. And so I'm an engineer, but like I play video games all the time. So like, I just was afraid of what they'd think. And now like it's not as much of a pressure because they understand that I'm looking out for my best interests, and I understand that, I am going to be all right, and they know that. But, it's tough. So I think I would like to change how much emphasis we put on that. I don't know if that makes any sense. Hopefully it does. All right. What is one thing people often misunderstand about you? Oof, I don't know, chat. This one's also a tough one. I have a not positive side too, like the persona I give off, the personality that I have. Like I enjoy when I'm happy. I enjoy laughing. I enjoy bringing a good spirits to everybody. But especially growing up in middle school and high school, I'll do my best to like almost force myself to be happy, even when things were bad. Basically, like I'm a very, very happy person. It was very uncommon for me to be very negative or upset throughout like a school day in high school or middle school. If I was upset, it was because something happened where I had a big fight with one of my best friends, or something happened with my family, or something like that. It was like a big moment. And so I was always super happy, jumpy, bubbly, especially in high school, because that's where I kind of like turned over a new leaf. And people just always assumed I was that. And so the second I wasn't that, they thought that something was off. So I didn't appreciate that. I was like, hey guys, like I'm a human too. Like I have bad days. Like everyone has a bad day. I don't have to be positive. I don't have to, be the cheerful, bright person that you want me to be because I was funny or brought you up. Like I get it. I want to be that person, but I'm only human. Like I have bad days too, and during those times I just need support. I don't need someone to judge me on not being happy, I don't know. Do you believe in self-realization or just want to enjoy life without any thought? From my understanding, self-realization means like realizing your true self, or like becoming like your best, like living your best potential. Yeah, full development of your abilities and talents. Yeah, I think that's a good definition. So I mean, obviously I want to enjoy life, but I don't want to do it without any thought. I think I want to live my life with purpose and strive for a certain goal. I'm still trying to figure out what that goal is, but right now I think I'm aiming for impact with a smile, like sharing positive impact with a smile. I think that's what I'm trying to do right now. I think that's how I'll phrase it. But I do believe in attaining your true potential, but not necessarily ever achieving it. It's one of those things where like I understand that it's there, but I know that I may never actually achieve it. It's like I want to be the best that I can ever be. I want to be number one in myself, knowing that I might never achieve it. Does that make sense? I hope it makes sense. Is that it? Oh my gosh, chat. That's it. We got through all the questions. Oh my gosh. So guys, I really appreciate you staying for that segment. If you liked that segment, let me know. Because if you did, like I'll try and do more stuff like that. Try to vary up my streams a little bit, because I don't want to just play games here. You guys know me, like I love doing a bunch of stuff, and I'm not the best gamer. I enjoy it, but I'm not like, rank 1 material. So I wanted to switch things up, and I think this is a fun way where we get to know each other more. So hope you enjoy.